beautiful winter's morning here at the allotment. It definitely feels like spring is on its way. Let's get to work. Good morning, dear people, and welcome once again to Where Am I? And today we are back up at the allotment plot. It's myself and Jennifer. Jen has already started doing some work, and I will be shortly joining her. Today I am looking to clear behind the shed so that we can finally move the compost bins, which will give us more growing area down at the front of the allotment, which we'll go and have a look at in a minute. And Jen is also clearing down and around that area as well, because we're looking to move the water butts to give us a bit more room. So we'll go and check that out, shall we? But yeah, to everybody, thank you very much for joining me. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. We're up here quite a lot, 2-3 times a week, working and vlogging everything that we do, and basically to show how a blind person, i.e. me, gets on with working in the garden, and hopefully will help other people get out there and enjoy life as well. So please do stick with us, watch this one, hope you enjoy it, and yeah, let's go and have a look, see what needs to be done. Here is the allotment plot, and for anybody that's new, we are merging that plot with this plot. And we took down the fence over in that area there, and what we're looking to do today is, I'm just making my way down the path. Now, for anybody that's new, walking around the allotment, on the path here I have stone chipping so I can feed it under my wellies, and also here it's very crunchy, and I also use these boards for the path to run my foot along, so I also know where I am. And here we are down coming up towards the gate. So excuse me, sorry, today's plan is we need to have a look in that compost bin in that area somewhere. The sun might be in your way, I'm sorry. There's a compost bin in that area which we need to have a look at, and look to move that compost bin. This one's half built with the wood in, that needs to be moved. If I can, I would like to move all of this junk here, all these weeds, and then that will give us this massive area here, which I would like to put the rhubarb. I think that's a great place to put the rhubarb, but yeah, Jen and I will discuss that later. So yeah, so that's the plan of action, but before I can move these, I need to go clear the area, so let's go and have a look. Now, in the last video where I was making the path, which we'll show you in a moment, I did have some lovely comments, so thank you everybody, but I did get asked about my eyesight, and basically what checkpoints I have, etc. So as I've already said, I used the path and the board for my foot, and then I literally will walk up the path, get to so many steps, and then I will put my hand out, which is here, until I touch the polytunnel, which is there, and then I know the polytunnel is here, which is closed. This area needs to be tidied, and there's the shed in this. There it is, and there's the shed. So that's my checkpoint, and that was it. And I would have the carrot bin here, and then the parsnip bin. This was like an L shape, so the carrots would finish here, and then the parsnips would come down. But as you can see, the parsnip bin is now running alongside with the carrots, and this is now formed our top path into the neighbouring plot, which we've taken on. So that's brilliant, and I'm really happy with this work. Now, Jen is around there working hard because we're going to move the water butts today. Jen's not really talking to me though, because I thought I'd done a really good job on the path here. And I took the fence and all the scrap wood and all the weeds that I cleared, and I put it here on this bed, which I thought we were getting rid of. So I dumped it all on here, and then I cleared it, and then I thought it would be nice to weed it. And then I hoed it, and then I raked it. It wasn't weeds though, was it, love? No, it was strawberry plants. So Jen has lost all her strawberry plants. Yeah, so trip to the garden centre, and I will buy her whatever strawberry plants she would like, and as many as she would like, as a little bit of a I'm sorry, but I did that on Friday. Today is Monday. All weekend I've been in the doghouse. So yes, so it wasn't weeds. So if you watch the last video and you see me raking and hoeing this bed, yeah, it was strawberry plants. But you know, blind gardener, these things happen. Anyway, let's go over and have a look at what needs to be done here. So I'm going to use this as a new checkpoint, so I know where I am. So I'm at the back of the shed, and I need to clear excuse me, I need to clear this area here, and this is going to be kind of like our workstation. So we've got the shed, into the compost bins, into the water butts over there. So water butts, compost bins, shed. So when we come in, we come across this top path. Basically, we know all of that area there is just for whatever, and then the rest of it will turn into the growing space. So it's really coming together quite nicely. So what I need to do now is I need to get my gloves on and start cleaning all of that area there, and then look to get the compost bins moved, which will then open up so much more room. As you can see, I've cleared quite a few of the brambles now. I thought it was a water butt up there that I found, but it's not. It's just, well, it is a water butt, but I think it's broken. So we're going to move that out of the way. There's a roll of wire up there, so that needs to come out of the way. And then I can carry on clearing it all, but there's tons and tons of brambles. The glove's done a good job. So that's that area. It's not finished yet. Just need to rake it all up, clean it all up and whatnot. I need to find a place to put those brambles, which could be in that broken water butt, to be fair. And then over here, so we had water butts down this area, Jen?
No, in front of you.
Oh, right. So the water butts were directly in front of me. This is where the reservoir was. Jen's making a bit of noise there. And what Jen has done is she took our water butt that didn't have much water in it, and then started filling that one from the water butts over here. And now we've got an area up at the back of the plot with our water butts, which, how many are filled?
3.
3 are filled, and how many do we have left over?
I've got 3 bins, 2 with lids, so we can use them for other things.
Right, okay.
We've got another water butt
We've got another water butt
at home.
at home to bring up, and we've got another few spare. So over there is going to be the reservoir area for the water.
There shall be another bed.
Then Jen is going to turn where the water butts were into another bed, which gives us more growing space.
To get rid of these pavement slabs, please, because they're double sized.
You need me to lift them?
Yeah, I can't do them.
Yeah, fine. So that will give us more growing space. So obviously when you take over a plot, you might think to yourself, well, why is that like that and why is that like that? It's not how I would have it. Don't keep it that way. If you're not happy with it, change it, and that's what we're doing now. These slabs, they're about 1 meter long by, what would you reckon, half a meter?
Yeah.
In width, and they are heavy, real heavy. So we're just going to drag them up here, and then we're going to use them for a path a little bit later. But this will then give us a nice bed. And again, as always, bent knees straight back when lifting anything heavy. As you can see, we've got this area.
For another bed.
For another bed. I need a drink. Right, old step. There's a massive level change for some reason on this bit. Oh, here we are. Right, here's a compost bin here, and here's behind the shed. So I need to rake all of this out and clean it and clear it. But what I'm actually going to do now, though, is I'm going to go down to the compost bin area on the other plot, on the first plot, and the compost bin that I hadn't finished making, that we're kind of using as a wood bin, I'm going to empty that and bring that one up here, so I know where it's going to go, how much room I've got, etc. for that bin. And then we'll look to move the other bin, this bin, which was in front of me somewhere, there, and there's also another compost bin somewhere else on the plot which we need to move as well. So we've got 4 compost bins to get up in this area, but it's not just what I'm showing you, it's all along here as well. So we've got plenty of room and plenty of work to do. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down and start emptying that bin there, the wood bin, and start bringing that one up and getting that one ready to come up. All these brambles, look. I mean, it's very messy, but I mean, it's really starting to form a shape. So yeah, let's go down and empty that one. Right, dear people, so I've emptied the wood bin, which will be converted into a compost bin. And now the first thing to do is to carry it up there and try and use this as a marker to find out how we're going to lay it all out. There's another compost bin behind it, which does have compost in, I think. We'll have a little look at that in a moment. But the first thing to do is get this one lifted up. Right, so as you can see, we've moved compost bin number 1 up, and it is it's bigger than I thought.
He forgot how big he made it.
Yeah, but the plan now is, before we can put this one actually into place, which will be here, and it's a nice size compost bin, we get a good amount of compost from it, we need to move that on. I don't know what's in there.
There's wool, there's egg, shells. There is a bit of compost at the bottom. I saw brown when you tipped it by accident earlier.
So it might be a case of we clear a spot to put this one,
and then just put it in.
And then just put it there, and then whatever is in it, we just shovel it back in again, which will then make the top the bottom and the bottom the top, and which is what I think you got to do with compost anyhow. So next job is to clear an area for this one, and that one down there, and that one over there. So much to do, but we'll get it right up against the back fence if we can, which will open this area here out for us. So come on, Jen, let's crack on. Right, dear people, as you can see, we've cleared quite a bit of the area. We found some bamboo canes. Bamboo? Yeah, I was going to say, I was worried about saying bamboo. Oh, whatever. Found some bamboo canes, which is ideal. We're going to move this one now. Just moving the last little bit. There's also been, well, someone's dug a trench and put a load of rubbish there. There was a lot of plastic which we had to dig out. But it's pretty clear now, which is ideal. And we're just going to throw caution to the wind, move that one just by lifting it up. Whatever's underneath, we're just going to shovel back in and hope it composts down. And then that's a working compost bin that we can start using straight away. And then it's a case of just moving the other ones as well. So yeah, let's crack on with that. Sorry, because there's a flipping great mound here that I could do with it sitting on, which is actually going to cost us space. See if I can dig that mound out. I've lost my spade. So
No, too far.
So as that was fast forwarded for you, I did most of the work there. Just probably looked like Jen did it.
I did most of the work.
So
It's hard for you, you can't see what you're doing.
about there.
No, move out towards the other one.
So as you've seen, we moved the compost bin, and well, there's a little bit of compost in there, but there's also a heck of a lot of plastic bags and whatnot. So I think it's just I don't really. And excuse me.
I think it's probably not sheep's wool.
Yeah, and there's wool as well. So we're not going to put that back in the compost bin. Sorry, a fly landed on me. We're not going to put it in the compost bin. We're just going to probably dump it and then get rid of it, because I don't like the fact that it's had plastic in it, to be fair. Jen's clearing the ground for the next one to come up, So if that one there is no good, what we're going to do is empty it, bring it up. Now I do believe there's compost in the compost bin down there, so what I will do is get a wheelbarrow, fill the wheelbarrow up with the compost bin on our site over there, and then use it to fill up the other compost bin, which then means that one's empty and we can bring that one up. It's like doing a massive jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Which then means we've got the compost bins in the areas we want them. So yeah, as you can see, it's gonna run compost bins across into the water butt area, which I think is quite nice. Let's crack on. Right, dear people, I've been up there weeding, and now Jen is just digging it out, trying to level it off, and digging out the last few weeds, ready for the next compost bin. And then yeah, once that one's done, we'll get the compost bin down there somewhere, get him up, and then we'll get the other compost bin up. But yeah, it's slowly getting there. Right, dear people, Jen has now levelled off where the next two compost bins are going to go.
Kind of.
So I'm going to go and find this one, and we're going to lift them up, have a little look, see what's inside, and then move them up.
Is it full? You'll still be able to move it.
Take the lid off. What is that?
There's a big pile of twigs.
Yeah. We'll find that later.
Oh, broad beans. I think that might be broad. It's bean. Might be beans. Yeah.
Right, let's move this one. Right, so this is the next compost bin to go, and once this one's gone, well, once I've emptied it, this one can go up there, and then we've opened up this space. But if you want to come and have a look inside,
I don't know what's in there.
Jen's eyes will be able to tell you what's in there.
It's not bad. He's cutting up.
He's cutting up, but
Yeah, that's what the last plot owner had there, wasn't
yeah,
it?
so we're going to put that in there. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do now is, because it's getting quite hard to get it out and the doors are being taped shut, I'm just going to try and loosen this off, take this up and then shovel it from underneath from a pile, which will be a lot easier, and it's also allowing us to put the top stuff into the wheelbarrow first, and then when we take it up to the new compost bin that's going in, top then becomes the bottom.
It also means I can actually shovel it,
well,
because
yeah,
I can't reach.
it also means Jen can do some work. We have finally moved all the compost, so now what we're going to do is move the last compost bin up to the compost work area, which is over here somewhere. So we're going to get that one. It's very light, but it's a bit fragile.
The lid's loose. I can click that back on.
Okay, cool. Is this actually it?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, the lid is.
Yeah, pass me the lid.
The compost bin is in. There she be. Jen's just putting the lid on.
I'm going to try and put the lid on, but it was broken. So.
Yeah, the lid was broken, but that is our area. Let me just take a step back. So obviously we've got the main path somewhere around that area coming up. Compost bin 1, 2, 3 and 4, which is fantastic. Brilliant. I'm really happy with that. This is where the compost bin was, or where the compost bin were, and that is a nice area. Now we've actually created a lot of room, so we'll talk about this in a minute. This dumpy bag, that's, oh, maybe it's not here. Oh right, okay. So if we just go here now, first of all, this area from the dumpy bag to the back of the fence, down there and in here, that is a nice area to grow some fruit, because obviously this is the fruit side. So in here, I believe we've got 2 rhubarb plants on the other plot, and we've also bought another one as well, as we showed you the other day. So this will be where the rhubarb's going to go. It's a nice area. So yeah, we're going to put rhubarb in here and maybe squeeze something else in, I don't know, but we do want to give the fruit plenty of room to grow. So that I'm really happy with. There was a little bit of compost left that we couldn't like shovel up, so Jen's raked that around for the ground, which is ideal, and really happy with that. Now, question, in this dumpy bag is a lot of weeds, grasses, and I don't know, stinging nettles and what have you in here, loads of it, as you can see. Now I'm going to put that into the compost bin, and I'm going to put it in with some browns. I just want to know what people think about that, to be fair. So please do leave a comment below. Can you compost weeds? Because if you can, and there's a certain way of doing it, then I'll follow instruction. And obviously I'll do a little bit of research as well, but you know, you find people, you dear people, have been there, done it, got the t-shirt. So if I can tap into that knowledge, obviously it's a learning game for myself, that would be absolutely fantastic. So yes, what can I do with these weeds? Can I just dump it? Because I know it's greens and browns, so cardboard and greens. But if there's a certain way of doing it, that would be great to know. I am so happy with today's work. Jen and I worked really hard. She started talking to me again since the strawberry plants, so happy days. It's a win-win all round. Right, dear people, thank you very much for joining me today. It's been absolutely fantastic. I've really enjoyed it. Obviously the video went out on Sunday. If you haven't checked that one out, that was one of my best days at the allotment, and I got a lot done. It was a big job and it was absolutely fantastic. So please, if you haven't, please do check that one out. If you haven't already, please do give us a thumbs up and a subscribe. It is completely free of charge, and please join me on this wonderful journey that I seem to be embarking on, because it is fantastic. I've had a fantastic time, but yeah, thank you very much for joining me. It's been a wonderful day with Jennifer doing some hard work. Today's Monday. I should be back up again possibly tomorrow to work on those weeds. So until then, bye for now.